But I don't know. I guess it just is everything to me. It's something I'm very passionate about. And plus, I want to work in that industry. I want to work with players. I want to work, you know, as a coach. I guess the biggest dream would be to work um, as an esports like CEO to own a team. That'd be amazing. But a lot of work to do. We'll get there.
I will just say that when I came in as a freshman, I really wanted to, get involved on League of Legends in the campus, and unfortunately, the club, was finished at that time. So we restarted the club, and I really hope that people after me will carry on the club because I will be graduating soon as well, like SSJ, like Louise, and so I just hope everyone keeps playing together. There's no fights or anything, any internal problems, and winning tournaments definitely. I'm more of a casual player, so I would like it if everyone keeps playing together, and when you come back and you can hear that yes, there's a League of Legends club on campus, and people are proactively playing it, larger tournaments and stuff like that, more community engagement.
Nope. Trying to be serious, man.
What's up?
What's up?
Did you guys pick a small room, maybe?
We worked on it, man, Sorry, we can't watch your troll games now.
Why though? No, but this is actually a good game.
So as of now, since we started from the scratch, the club is going pretty well. We're going at a good pace. We had our introductions and just basic introductions with everyone. We slowly registered our teams, got to know each other. We started playing team games together with our teams, and as of now, I think we're just waiting for the tournaments to start so we can start playing competitive. Meanwhile, we have our casual play going on. I can proudly say that every day at least 2 members from MAV are playing together League of Legends anytime.
Wait, how did 4 of them die? I'm so confused. They just walked out from base.
Basically.
They just entered into us, basically.
What I hope from this is just publicity, I guess. I definitely want MSU or Mankato State to recognize us as an actual club / sport, because there is a lot of scholarships out there. There is a lot of potential out there for kids to go pro and also just get money and be recognized for the players they are, and it'll help you in the long run. Whatever career you go in, you're gonna have to learn how to synergize with people, and this is a great tool. And I know it's just a game. It's a great tool to learn how to work with others. Video-wise and competition-wise, I just want people to have experience, and I want publicity, like I said. Make sure that we are a staple for this club or for this school for years and years on end when I'm gone too. So when I graduate.
So you play through mid, you walk with Noah here once you push, and then you get some deep vision in, and then the next play is up to you guys. If you get the deep vision bot side, you want to lane gank bot because you would know Elise isn't there. So it's just gonna be 3v2. If you see Elise through the wards bot side, you go and dive top.
Going into this, why did you take up the role as a coach?
I feel like, mainly this semester, mainly because I was already on a team before even knowing that, the MAV LOL club is playing competitively. So I couldn't split the time between 2 teams and be a part of both teams at once. So I was like, okay, I will just help you guys with VOD reviews and just in general become better players, and we all learn from ourselves, right? And so I just stepped up and decided, and they didn't have a coach at the time, so I was just like, I'll just coach for you guys. Okay. Another reason would be because I already played on this club about 2 years ago, and I was the main starting mid laner for them, and yeah, I guess I just already played in CSL, and I didn't really have an interest to play in it again, especially being on another team.
Tomorrow we have an event, our own event with MNSU. It's going to be League of Legends, Smash, Tekken, and CSGO. It's great. I'm happy that we got our RSO, or our club, back in form because it was dead for like a year. So I'm happy that we're putting up an event for everyone from Minnesota to come. We have a couple teams from the cities.
Different, Devin, back up. You're not contesting.
Get the fuck out of here. You're such a
Devin, back up.
Devontae? Is him and Devontae for casting tomorrow? Yeah. Dude. Well, who's going to go first? That's the question. Because we don't have to go for league for a while. So you and CSGO get the morning till like 4 p.m. or whatever.
Dude, I'm ready. Tekken 7, MAV, Con, whatever the hell it's called, we're ready. Tekken 7, Super Smash Brothers, League of Legends, CSGO. Are you guys ready? I have no idea. Come down, check it out. It's gonna be amazing.
And fucking like carry, man.
That's better. Spell comes on some.
Gamer hour. Real quick.
We can easily take bot pretty soon.
Morgan, Kaisa.
Yeah.
Wait, what? That's it? I don't get 18,000? That's right. Did you say you're all looped up?
I love esports. I've been a fan of esports since I was like 12 years old. Because I didn't know anything about it till I played Halo Reach, and then I learned about it through MLG, Major League Gaming, at the end of Halo Reach's life, and then Halo 4 came out. So I tried going pro in that game. I actually scrimmed against like pro players that people know nowadays, like pretty sure you've heard of Ninja. They do this in the news all the time. I used to scrim against them. Obviously, I got lucky because that game was pretty trash. Halo 4 was trash. So basically, the competition was weak, and so they scrimmed whoever they needed to scrim, and we were just some online warrior team that played against them. But I don't know, like, just it's so fascinating to see all these like big names, like NBA teams, NFL teams, you know, anything. Everyone's investing into esports now. They beat them a minute faster than us.
They beat us in 16 minutes.
We beat the Mavericks in 28. So no matter what, we feel like we definitely keep up with the big dogs.
There you go. With my team specifically, like MNSU Gold Team, I kind of went into it like, oh, this is just my CSL team, but then I was kind of like, well, I kind of want to get to know them and like hang out with them, build synergy. So I just messaged Abazar, which do you know? I don't know. Do you guys know Abazar? But we know Abazar. Yeah, I just kind of messaged him and I was like, you know, like the gold team should all get together and like hang out and stuff because like I want to actually be involved with the club in person and not just like an online sort of thing. So.
You know, I am one of those people that don't really do extracurriculars or like join clubs because I'd rather just be in my room playing games, dude. I'm a gamer. But you know, if there's a gaming club, I'm all for that. Which is also why I wasn't an officer the first semester, because I was kind of skeptical of, you know, do I want to just join it for fun, or do I want to actually be involved in like the creation of it and like running it? But yeah, I joined it next semester. But I think it's really nice seeing other people around me that are sort of like similar to me. It's a really comforting thing to learn more about them and like have friends that are so similar to like something that's so important in your life.
Go for the VOD review. is to see where we are play-wise. We're going against like 12 teams this whole entire year, and we definitely need to compete with the best so we can make playoffs. I think the highlight of all this is having our players make playoffs, and we're definitely going to do our best because I know these guys definitely want to be flown out to California for the CSL, but I know they're working hard, and we're definitely working hard to make sure that they can get better and be better, so that's the big thing. I know they're very excited to play in this tournament, and if they get, a good placing, because they're predicting they're going to go like 11-1 during this bracket. So if they do 11-1 in the regular season, they'll be higher up on the playoff bracket, and then they'll be able to compete against better teams. And if they pull it out, they can be flown out for the top 4. So it should be really exciting.
I think knowing the players is probably the most important thing. Obviously at a game level first, and then probably personally, just so that you would know like their interests and make sure there's no conflicts that would come up between personal problems between the players. But I think knowing them in the game is probably like what champions they main, obviously the roles they play, and then try to, it's like a puzzle. You're putting in like the best player in each role or position, and then figuring out what champions they play to make it match with the other 4 on the team, so that you'd have the best team composition for what pieces of the puzzle you have, which in this case are the players. So for my strategy, I would, after figuring out the main starting 5 players and their champions, I would look at what player is capable of doing the most with the least jungle pressure. And in our case, it's our top laner, Sane, because his champion pool is stuff that you don't really need to gank for or play for. So you just put him on an island, top lane by himself, and he will get the job done without having anyone go assist him. And then we just play, the other 4 would just focus on themselves and playing the bot side of the map and try to get gold leads and try to escalate the game bot side. So it's just our team identity through like what players we have and their play styles. Obviously that's probably going to change if we get a top laner who plays like super aggressive and he needs resources. Otherwise it's not going to work out. So every team's identity is different.
Okay, Noah's like, alright, I'm going back in, and none of us can get there. Like, I'm a Syndra. He's a Jarvan. Like,
Yeah, where'd you guys go, guys?
In our club, especially since all 5 players on the current CSL Star League team of our club haven't really had much competitive experience before. They've played League for a long time, but they haven't played on the actual team and had, solid practice schedules and draft planning and stuff. So I would say they lack competitive experience, which it means that usually their champion pools aren't big. They would play like 3-4 champs from their solo queue games that are like really comfortable with. If the meta shifts and those champions suddenly become bad, you're at a disadvantage because this player that you have only plays the champs that are not good right now. So how I would deal with this is I would tell the players, I would suggest, like for every role, for every player, I would suggest a champion or 2 that are probably the strongest in the current meta based on professional League of Legends play that we watch. And I would just suggest that, try to learn this champion in your free time because that's how you guys are going to get better as a team. And then it's up to them if they want to put the effort in to actually learn a champion and bring it into our scrims or practice sessions.
I mean, we can't have peak performance every game, right? That's why I was not like tilted at the team, but I was just pissed at the game. Like how Tiny Midget was. He was also pretty agitated. He wasn't tilted at anyone, but he was just agitated that he was 0-7.
I've been playing mid lane, and I have like I didn't normally main mid before playing on the team, but like learning that whole lane like competitively was definitely a huge hurdle. I think I've like crossed like the whole like meta and stuff involved with that is just it was a huge like leap and bound for me. But right now I'm trying to I want to switch my focus onto support for sure. I have more fun playing that role for sure. I think mid lane it's definitely fun, but I feel like I'm more involved and I do more as a support. throughout the games, and I like that a lot. I like taking that responsibility, that leadership kind of aspect of the game, and using that to my advantage rather than just playing in a solo lane where it's basically based on skill level. And myself, I'm not as skilled as most others, so yeah, that's just been the huge thing.
So for Mystic Lake, I think there's going to be a lot of competition there. We're not playing with our starting roster, so we haven't really been playing together for a while. But whatever the outcome happens to be, we're still going to have a good time, and it's going to be a good experience.
Gameplay right now, we don't have our starting jungler. He sadly can't go. And we have a different support because our official support can't go either. But I think our game plan is just to have fun. We are named MNSU like meme team, so we're gonna have fun, but we know realistically like we're not gonna do too much work. I'm hoping the Mavericks do a lot of work for us. And obviously I'm gonna try and do my best, but our hopes are we're the underdog. Our mentality is the underdog right now. So yeah.
We're on main stage. We're getting ready to set up and then we're gonna play.
I'm a little nervous for the game to be shown, but like we got it, dude.
They got it, yep.
He flashes in and he ults and Maximus Flowers is there, but how much can you really do? Jon Snow stays alive. He's trying to keep his distance and just keep autos coming. It's a disaster. Walford's gonna flash over the wall, but it's not gonna matter. Whatever you can do, I can do better. Follows him over the wall. 4-0 in 7 minutes. Things are going very nicely for NC.
Yeah, we should have left one.
Blade is great, and Walford's there as well, but Maximus Flowers has shown up. The root's gonna land. Smarts remains bitten off a bit more than he could chew, but it looks like the buy is here as well, and all of a sudden, it's a party in the mid lane, folks. Jon Snow has shown up. Mendy is able to help as Walford goes down, and a very nice collapse out of NCR. Very well put this case. What was your thoughts be around transitioning to a 1-3-1? Spreading your team out, forcing things not to happen like what's happening in the river right now. The root's gonna land onto the Fizz, and the Venus Blade's gonna follow up as well. The Choppers are there. Keep an eye on Lolcat. She's excited. Make that one. She's got the shutdown, and she wants more. Make that two. This is what we were talking about, folks. This is the entry back into the game if you're Maverick.
And I'm not sure why they peeled off. They're all pretty healthy with 2 left. They could have followed that. They could have continued that fight. More importantly, why are we not sending someone to the top lane right now? A game-deciding fight as they battle over this 4th dragon.
Walford just missed on the ult to get into the bush, and that might be something that proves to be punishable later. They get onto Lolcat! She flashes away, the ult out of Soraka doesn't matter because she is popped! And it's carnage in the river! That's a double kill in the hands of Jon Snow, and they want more. Crossfire goes down, that's a triple kill! We talked about Mavericks fighting their way back into this game, and NCR just shut the door right in their face. They absolutely do. Right back in, and he gets cleaned up. The Redemption's gonna drop down as Quaggar is all up in the faces of the opposing team. Lolcat goes down. Jon Snow is dominating 8, 1, and 7, and has full license to do whatever the heck he wants. Mavericks just doesn't have the damage anymore. They can't follow her up, and Lolcat isn't there, and they're running through the Mavericks. Mavericks from Crossfire running for the fences. You can only delay the inevitable for so long. That's a Quadra Hill into the hands of Jon Snow. You might as well wrap this bad boy up. Hook, line, and sinker. Things are sitting real nice if you're NCR.
Last
I'm a little disappointed, but I mean, yeah, we just kind of cringed. I feel like we probably could have won. We just played early so bad, but it's just seeding in the brackets anyway. So we still have like a million games to go. So I think once we like get into it, we'll like clean up and not play so sloppy like we have.
Forgot that we needed the exit footage.
Yeah, right? Our exit of shame.
Exit of shame.
Time to go throw all our money away.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Going into this tournament, I was really just looking to learn a lot. I knew it was going to be a really fun experience. We obviously wanted to do well, but there are a lot of good teams here, so obviously didn't want to get our hopes up too much. The biggest thing that I'd say that set us back was not playing with each other. We've been playing with each other for about 2 weeks going into this. So something I noticed against the other teams, they moved a lot together. They moved a lot as a unit. We didn't really have that. We didn't really have that synergy. But that's something we can really work towards just by playing with each other more and more and learning from each other and building that synergy.
It was kind of I don't know, like a quick like 2-0 to be honest. They were like quite a bit lower than us. So it was pretty quick. So, but next game will be actually hard. I know we're fighting the #1 seed here, so like, but yeah, I think we're just gonna kind of off-roll and like not get too serious about it because no reason to get like really down, you know?
Right.
We're gonna go against Skipper's team.
But
Single saves? St. Cloud wins? I love St. Cloud. I don't ever hate St. Cloud.
is Single Saints St. Cloud?
Yeah. I've been talking to Babe, Kane, and Jacob. So that's if you're semi. They're gonna stream the third place match probably tonight.
Well, how about as long as both the teams are having fun, that's all.
They would need a new coach.
No, I'm the coach.
Just a new coach is just gonna get us hard on fire.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. I was like, y'all bot lane needs to go aggro. Stop being safe.
No, the chill stuff doesn't work. We need hard stuff.
But it's all about having fun at the end.
Yeah, sure.
How are you feeling after that game?
Sad. I mean, I'm just happy we have to play. We didn't have our full starting team. Realistically, we could have done more if we had the real team together. But we had the real team together in months. So I'm just happy to play. We won a couple games. I mean, I'm happy with that. Realistically, we just had to play more. So.
Coming into this, I kind of knew that there were going to be really good teams playing, so I didn't really have too high expectations. But I wanted to do really well with our team, and I wanted to put up a good fighting chance. And I think we did. We made it through past the first round in brackets. So yeah, everyone made it through the first day, and then out of groups, and then the next round for brackets we made it past the first round. But then unfortunately with how the brackets were set up, we went against the #1 team the second round. So yeah, we got 2-0'd, which was pretty expected, and we just kind of had fun with it. So yeah.
I think Minnesota's scene's disgusting. We're so good. I mean, we have a lot of challenger players, grandmaster players, diamond players, but I think that's all over the nation. But I like to think that the Midwest in general, well, at least Minnesota, is really good. So it was a lot of fun playing against those kids. Obviously, you learn a lot, and obviously you get stomped really easily. They're really good players. We put up a fight though. I mean, my team did pretty well in the groups at least. So then again, we had the best team in our group, so the team that won the whole thing.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot. I've learned a lot over the past semester and a half. I've definitely made a lot of relationships that I'm glad that are here. Relationships that would be really hard to let go. Things that wouldn't be a thing if this club wasn't here. The people are great. I've also learned a lot in game. I've learned how to deal with people I don't want to deal with, work with tough members, but yeah, it's just a great learning experience. So, like, this is something that I want to pursue in the future. So being able to like get exposed to this environment now, like, is really good.
Shout out to all the officers, because we've been doing like a great job for spring semester, especially because we really kind of like made the club grow like that much more, because it was just kind of like a slow slope, but then like this semester I feel like just kind of like skyrocketed with everything we're doing. We're going to like tournaments, we're hosting LAN events, we're getting like 50 new members. Like, we've actually just done a lot for spring semester, so I'm just really proud of like all the officers. And I want to give a shout out to Gold Team, because we made it farther than all of our other collegiate teams for this semester, so that was pretty cool. We made playoffs. We made the second round of playoffs, which is still pretty cool. So I just want to give a shout out to Abazar, Rick, Jay, and Ken. So